exciting and great for you. Imagine being in front and living in this mansion, sitting by the pool and drinking the connoisseur's choice of Wild Bill Bust beer. Enjoying this while you sit in front of your mansion and enjoying the multitude of choices. Every day can be great for you if you have the funds and the money available to travel the world and see all of the great antiquities of time, including the pyramids, the Tower of Babylon, the Colosseum of Rome. Imagine
The excitement is just growing out there, the audience. This is a great audience participation show, and I don't want this show to be about me or Mr. Rick or about Death.com. This is about profits for you. And by the way, I've got a question out there. You guys answer out there. How many figures do you need to make a week to be secure? Now, I'm going to tell you something that my dad said to me years ago. This is a great story, and I want to share it with you. My dad just had a story that still lives with me today, and the reason that, probably the major reason that I, as a professional mortician, decided to go with Death.com. Now, there's a story about the great lion of Africa. Most of you know about the lion of Africa. And that lion was excited because he could go out and catch field mice. He'd go out, that great big lion, he had a big mane, but he didn't have a pride, but he would go out and catch field mice. And he was catching 20 or 30 field mice an hour, and he thought he was a success. That's what most of you people out there are thinking. You're going out and chasing field mice, and you're thinking you're a success. But I'm going to tell you what the secret is. You probably know the secret out there. You have the look of a mortician. What was the mistake that lion was making? He was making a mistake. What do you think it was? Come on. Don't be shy. I'll tell you what that secret was. It takes more energy for a lion to chase down a field mice than he gets from the field mouse. That's what most of you are doing out there. You are working 8 to 5 and you're chasing field mice. That's not how you make money and how you get rich. You're thinking, I'll make 3 or 4 figures a week, and that's an income. That's not even going to cover your health insurance in this day and age. That's why you need to get with a firm like Death.com. Let me tell you, how many figures you need to make, not a week, but a day. You need to make 4 or 5 figures a day if you're going to be able to pay your health insurance in the United States of America. If you're going to have a future, if your children are going to live in a house, you need to make 4, 5, and preferably 6 figures a day. You can't do it out there with Mr. 8 to 5. You can't do it. Many of you people are nodding your head.
But remember that death is just the mirror image, the flip side of life. We're not here to talk about death. We are here to talk about profits.
Where can we get this tape? Where can we get the information that we need to be an informed health professional in the internet mortician business? And you don't need to go any further than Death.com, which can be picked up at Hastings, it can be picked up at your better adult bookstores, and it's going to tell you all the things that you need to know. If you watch for a second here, you're going to see some common bloopers. Probably one of the most terrible things that ever happened in the area of the mortician's trade was Mickey the Headless Informant. You're going to see that tape about Mikey, who lost his head. They thought he was dead. The mortician was about to perform an autopsy, and Mikey got off the table. He still had the stem of his spinal cord. There was enough brain tissue that Mikey, even without a head, was able to get up from the table, was able to cross across the mortician's path there, and he actually strangled the mortician. Those are the mistakes you cannot afford to make in this business, folks. That's why in this informational video you're going to learn how not to make those mistakes. Now there's another mistake that was made. by moribund.com. You don't want to put people in that are psychotic, that are serial criminals. You don't want to put them in management positions when you are dealing with a valid and wholesome business management style. And that's all we're showing. We're going to show you 12 bloopers, 12 incorrect management practices that can lead to death, they can lead to cadavers getting off the table, they can lead to you going in the hole. Moribund.com was once the biggest internet provider of morticians services, but now, how many of you out there have even heard of Moribund.com? They're as dead as the service they were providing. The only businesses that are going to survive in this economy are the services that can provide those 5 or 6 figures a day, every day, for the people that are part of the franchise, the part of the family. Who do you want to be with? Do you want to be with the old service industry of the mortician business, or do you want to be with the new economy, the internet? Do you want to be connected with the most successful providers of burial services in Las Vegas? The person who invented the Hawaiian funeral, the person who developed the drive-by funeral in Los Angeles. This is exciting, folks, but it's not going to last forever. You can go down and get the tapes. You can make your decision, but if you hesitate, if you wait, you're going to stay in that dead-end job as a public accountant, as a teacher, as a taxi driver. You are not going to go anywhere, because you can either get on the bus for death.com, or the bus is going to leave you in the street.
You lose your head, Mikey, huh? What were you thinking? You knew the mafia was gonna get you, huh? You knew they were gonna come right up and get you. What were you thinking, Mikey, huh? What were you thinking?
Mr. Bill? Mr. Bill, are you here?
Who's calling? Who's calling?
Hey,
What?
I'm sorry.
What in the hell are you doing here?
I know I'm not supposed to be here, but
I don't let boy toys from the Dollar Theater
I'm not
do their business around my pawn shop. I
here.
sell high quality books and I sell high quality chainsaws. You need to take your boy toy business back down to the Dollar Theater, because I don't want it here.
Oh, no. Mr. Guido Zamboni, he sent me here. He has some rings. He wants me to sell for you. He needs some money. His mother's rings he gave to me. And I sold to you. I have to bring him the money.
My Confederate grandfather fought and died for the rights I have today, not to put up with crap. Friends, this is what death used to look at before the internet came into existence. And now, thanks to Mr. Rick's Death.com, we have a new wonderful world of mortician internet professional. That's what we're talking about here today. I'm a professional mortician, and I turned my life around. This is what used to be the instruments that you would deal with when you were dealing with death. An ugly cadaver. Let's cover that up. A chainsaw. There was hardly a funeral in this country without a chainsaw being applied. Forget what you know about being a mortician, because you don't need that, folks. The old style of mortician used embalming fluid. Forget embalming fluid, you don't need it. Unnecessary. And also, part of the mortician's trade was taking the cadaver and prodding the solar plexus with a sledgehammer. A sharp blow here to pierce the entrails to allow the release of gas. the gases that build up and cause deterioration and rotting of the carcass. Forget all you know. Forget the chainsaw. Forget the piercing of the solar plexus. Forget embalming fluid, folks, because you don't need it at this point. We have a new paradigm, which is death.com, thanks to Mr. Rick. You saw Mr. Rick. He is the national spokesman and chief CEO of death.com. He is the inventor of the Hawaiian funeral, the drive-by funeral in Los Angeles that has become so popular. He's an inventor, he's an innovator, and I'm glad to be on his team. You can be on his team. Everyone out here, we're not talking about death, we're talking about changing your lifestyle, your future, and your fortunes with death.com.
Why? We're not here to talk about death. We are here to talk about profits.
And folks, I am here to talk to you about how you could be making those profits. I've been watching the Busgroup show, and of course I'm the star of the Busgroup show, and it's my favorite show. And I'm watching it with one of my very favorite pets here, Miss Wendy. But, you know, you too could be watching a big screen TV, sitting on a leather sofa that you can own because of death.com. Death.com will buy your organs, and you get half up front. So that when you're dead, they got your organs, and you are taken care of. You are disposed of properly. What do I mean by properly? Well, I personally am an immensely great dog lover. This dog here will prove it to you. Just one of my many dog friends. And when Death.com, who has already pre-purchased my organs, for the money of which I bought this big screen TV, small screen TV, exercise equipment, leather couch, and these wonderful clothes, is because, you know, that's all comes out of that down payment that you get on your body. But your body can be taken to a Liberian offshore processing facility where the rest of you can be made into dog food.
What's this guy doing here?
This guy?
Yeah, this
Oh,
guy.
he's just, I run that amateur dental business. I offered you a free one if you still didn't take that fastball. But he's just coming off, the laughing gas. He'll be okay.
You know,
Yeah.
I really don't think we need this guy laying here looking like that. If I bring Bill in here, he's flipping out enough as it is. I don't need this guy laying here. It'll drive him insane.